Alright, so tell the YouTube people where we're at this time.
Well, here we are, Greenwood Furnace State Park, and this is on the road to McAlevy's Fort. And there used to be, I think it's a place around here where you can go in and see it, a museum. They used to process iron in this area. And if you look down here, you can see the breast of the dam. And there's about the biggest pine tree you'll ever see.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
And it's the end of, almost the end of the season for going to parks, but it's a lovely day, and the trees are beginning to, it's almost fall.
It is fall.
It is fall. And the trees are beginning to show their fall beauty, and Nathan and I, we love state parks.
Being outside in general, really.
Yes, for their beauty and for historical. There's a lot of historical interest in, especially this park. There's a little church down there. I don't know how long it's been there, but they use it for weddings and things like that. And maybe they can get a picture of it later. There's a long time ago, there was a forest ranger here, and he took us through this museum thing that showed a lot of different points of interest and what they used to do here as far as, I don't know what that word is, smelting iron or
Smelting, I think.
what they used to do with the iron. Last summer, the park was closed for a while. Or was that 2 years ago? They were doing a lot of work on the breast of the dam. And it really is a beautiful place. I'll walk out here and you can get pictures of them.
Yeah, there's some people out on the water right now.
I don't know if they're fishing. I don't know if they're fishing or it looks like they are. I wish we could see them pull in a couple of nice big
Yeah, I
trout.
see a guy out there fishing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to zoom in on them because I don't want to put anybody on camera that doesn't want to be there, but yeah.
And look how beautiful the trees are getting here. And it's a good place to come in the summertime and bring your picnic. And I think our church has come here already. And different churches use it.
Look, there's a little beach right over here. Really nice place.
Pennsylvania has a lot of nice places.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful states in the Union. We traveled all over the country, and we thought Colorado was really a beautiful place, but when we got back to Pennsylvania, we said, well, Pennsylvania is a really beautiful place too, and it is. I would like to see a big fish down here in the water.
Yeah, that would be something.
I'd like to see that guy out there reel in a fish.
Yeah.
Do you want to walk over there and get a better look at the beach?
Yeah, why not while we're here? I think this is a good time of year to be here because it's not real hot, and everything looks nice.
And not a lot of people.
Right.
And
There you can see the beach better.
The beach is lovely too. If this were a real hot day, you would see a lot of people out here swimming.
Oh, definitely. Considering we're well into October now, though, not so much.
You want to get some pictures of the
Oh, yeah.
how gorgeous they are.
I'll zoom in on the mountain a little bit, see it better. All the fall colors and stuff.
We should have brought a picnic with us.
Yeah, we didn't think of it though.
Not at the time.
Why don't we head over and see if we can actually see the furnaces?
Okay. From here you can actually see some of the original furnaces where they used to make iron. It says here that before the age of railroads, the basic ingredients of iron production needed to be nearby. After you got railroads, they had ways of hauling it out. So they had different places where they had these furnaces. That's why it's called Greenwood Furnace, you know.
Right. And right there's one that's still mostly standing, and then over there would have been another one. It's not up anymore, it's just the base of it.
And because we had the huge forest around here for the wood, and they burned limestone separated impurities from the molten iron. The huge forest supplied wood for charcoal. A stream or creek provided water power to operate machinery. This is designed to fan the charcoal fire, raising its temperature to nearly 3,000 Fahrenheit.
That's pretty hot.
Darn hot. I bet that's hot as hell. And here's a picture of some of the charcoal, and here's the iron ore. Some iron was found near the surface, while other deposits had to be mined. You had to go deeper for that.
Yeah.
Let's walk over here to this other one, see if it's any more information. Here's a picture of a lot of the workers that worked here. It took hundreds of workers to produce iron, although only a few actually worked at the furnace. That means it took some to dig out the ore and some for fillers dump carts of ore, charcoal, and limestone into the seething, churning metal.
Yeah, because they used to pour the stuff in at the top up there, and it would go down into the actual furnace inside there. Then there was a long thing that come out of there.
Teamsters hauled wagons of wood, charcoal, iron ore, and pig iron. I don't know what pig iron is. I've heard the word before, but I didn't think it.
I think pig iron is iron that hasn't been processed yet.
Probably.
Pretty sure that that's what that is.
And they really picked a beautiful setting for it.
Yeah, this is a really nice area.
What's that laying on the ground over there? Just leaves.
It looks like whatever fell off of that tree. I think it might be a walnut tree or something. Yeah, it's an apple tree. That explains it. So yeah, we just found a random apple tree.
How about that? When they're edible. They sure look like they are.
Well, I don't know about picking up strange apples, but
I did that many times when I was a kid. Hard.
is it any good? Well, there you are. Free apple.
Get a picture of all.
Yeah, you can see him.
And here we have some more information.
Yeah, let's see what's in this little building here. Okay, there's a diagram of what the furnace, how that would have worked.
Yes. Chimney.
Really windy today.
It wasn't that windy when we left home.
Well, we are in between the mountains. Then over here it shows what it would have looked like when it was in operation with all the stuff that would have been built around the actual furnace. And then over here is more pictures of it.
The iron furnace.
There's a train.
Beginning in 1834. It lasted for about 70 years. One or both of the two furnaces located here right in the night, firing multicolored glow.
I would imagine.
For miles around, wood choppers have harvested vast tracts of forest. So in 1904, when the last fire went out in furnace number 2, an undeniable industry presence disappeared from the valley.
And I see there's a picture of a water wheel there. I don't know if that was actually here or what that was, because I don't see where it would have been.
Well, there is a little creek over there.
Maybe that's where it was.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because you don't see stuff like this anymore.
No, you don't. And it gave the men work.
Yeah.
By the 20th century, iron furnaces like these belong to the past. That's why they're of interest to people now, because there's something that happened.
Yeah, because to look at it now, it's just a bunch of rocks and stuff.
But
But back then, that was a big deal.
yes, it was. It gave men jobs.
Absolutely.
Then when the CCC camps came, not until 1936 when the CCC Corps stabilized stack number 2. I guess they
I think stack number 2 is that one that's still standing up.
remodeled it so that it would be here for people to see.
Yeah.
It's a reminder of the local iron making legacy. 40 years later, archaeologists investigated the ruins of Stack 1. That's the one on
That's the one over there that's all fallen down.
If I had a bucket, I'd pick up some of those apples and take them home and make applesauce.
Well, we don't have a bucket. That was something we did not bring.
You want to get up closer to it?
Yeah, I want to go over there and get a closer look at it, just to show just how big this thing is, because, you know, looking at it on camera doesn't really do it justice. You really got to get up close to it and get an idea just how big this thing is. Man, I'm looking almost straight up at this thing. I mean, there is the bottom of the arch right there. That's how tall it is compared to me. So you look from this and then look up there. That's how big this thing is. And then in here is where all the hot molten iron would have come out of that little hole right there. And yeah, I'm just gonna walk around through here. I was here once about 10 10, 11 years ago or so. Nothing's changed. There you can see where the different things used to be attached to this thing. And while we're here, since we're back here, I'll head out behind here. There's where the other furnace would have been. Part of it's still here, but for the most part it's gone. That would have been number 1, and this one's number 2. Just to give you an idea.
Very interesting. And look how nicely those rocks fit together.
Yeah.
A lot of work put into them. And
It was definitely made to last, that's for sure.
yeah.
Here, this has a plaque on it.
It says Greenwood
The furnace, stack number 2. Replacing stack number 1, erected in 1833, about 62 feet north. Erected 1860, reconstructed 1935. Dedicated August 8th, 1936 to Samuel T. Moore, through whose efforts this stack was preserved. Then it's got this little symbol up here.
You know, in August of 1936, I would have been 11 years old. So that tells you that I'm old. Very.
Yet you still have a YouTube series.
Yes.
Well, I think we should get out of here now because the bugs are starting to attack.
I bet deer eat these apples.
Most likely. Or, you know, random people who walk along and notice there's apples on the ground. Not that I know any of those.
But your grandmother.
Well, I say we get out of here and head to the next destination. Because there's one subject I know you want to talk about in this video.
What's that?
I'll remind you during this title card that's going to be between this segment and the next one.
Well, here we are. We don't know where we are or why, but from this brochure it says we're at Stone Valley Forest.
We were trying to pick the next location, but since we're not that familiar with this area, this is where we wound up.
There's some beautiful scenery if you look over this way. I don't know what, maybe that is Stone.
I imagine this is Stone Valley.
Stone Mountain. Oh, look at that.
What? Oh, yeah.
Big, was it a buzzard or an eagle?
Couldn't tell. Disappeared on us. Oh, there it goes.
That's way over there now.
But yeah, that's where we're at.
Some kind of a large bird soaring around, looking for. It really looked like an eagle. Tips of its wings was white, and wish it would come back. So we wanted to talk about. Well, one of the things we said before, Pennsylvania is a beautiful state, and these mountains are beautiful, especially in this time of year. And talking about not knowing where you are, I have some friends that I used to talk to on the phone, and sometimes we went places together. And I often wondered if some of them knew where they are. Most of the time they didn't. I had a friend that I picked her up to go to town, and she said, "Oh, this is the day for my laundry lady to come. I've got to let her a note." So she left her a note, put it on the door, and said, the note said, "The key's under the mat." So anybody wanting to get in, whether it was a laundry lady or who it was, knew where to get the key to get in. That was, Nathan and I had a whole repertoire of things that people, some of my friends used to say. Like the time we coming down the road from Huntingdon and stopped at a red light, and the lady that was driving said, "What color is it?" I said, "Well, it's red, but I'll tell you when it turns green." and this is somebody driving the car that didn't know what color the light was. And another friend that I had said, would you take me up to Huntington to get my driver's license? And then Nathan spoke up and said, what do you want your driver's license for if you can't drive to Huntington?
Yeah, she wanted to go to the DMV to get her driver's license renewed, but she was so old and crippled up she couldn't drive herself to go get it. So this was after they hung up the phone, and I said, well, what she needs you to take her, what's she need it for?
That was funny to him.
It makes sense. If you can't drive to go get it, you don't need it.
And when I had a friend that I bought a phone at a yard sale, and when she got it home, she had an answering machine.
It still had their message on it. Yeah, she kept wondering why she was getting the other people's calls.
And one lady that we were driving up Ferguson Valley Road, and she said, back there, that house, that's where I used to get my husband's shirts and things mailed to him. And I said, what? And she had monogram.
Yeah. I like the one where she bought a new TV, asked me to come down and adjust the color because it didn't look right. And I get there and it looks perfect. And I tell her it doesn't need adjusted. And she wants me to hook the old one back up. Well, instead I took it home with me, and me and a couple of friends, we smashed it up.
The color was different on the new one because the color in the old one wasn't right.
Everything on her old TV was red.
And she thought when she bought a new one, it should look the same.
Well, if she'd look around at the average person, she'd see they're not beat red.
Oh my, we didn't think of anything else. We forgot. Well, oh yeah. I had several friends that used to call me on the phone and talk, and talk, mostly about their aches and pains. So Nathan got that. He went and with his fist pounded on the door, and I said, oh, somebody's knocking on my door, I gotta go. We had that worked out. Then I got caller ID. I'm not saying that this person was a nice person. We were friends. But there were times that I didn't feel like hearing all that, you know.
For an hour.
Yeah, or more. So, can you remember any more of those?
Well, I think just some of the things that some people say are even strange.
Well, one of the things that people where we live say is Ewans. I know Juns were going to go there, but I didn't think you'd say. That's a local Pennsylvania thing. Well, maybe not. Yeah, part of Pennsylvania where we came from. I have friends that always say, and there's nothing wrong with it. They tell you something and then they'll say, so it is, or so I am. I'm going down the road to get my whatever. So I am. And that's a little, nothing wrong with that, it's just a little funny. And one friend I had will say, piano, for a piano, piano. And most of it don't. Most of us where I come from don't use your ends. I'm going down here. So I am. And if you want to go along with me, you better come on.
And then there was the one that pronounced pretty much everything wrong.
Yes.
Whether it was the medication or something like that, like...
Oh, Lipitor with Zocor with Zorco.
Yeah, couldn't pronounce the word Zocor. She called Tylenol Tynasil, and Walmart was Walmark.
What are some of the local colloquials that we were talking about people use?
I think you've covered most of them.
One of the things, and everybody says it, Licking Creek. Licking Creek. But I don't know anybody that ever says Licking Creek.
Unless they're from out of town or something.
Yeah. Can you tell me how to get to Licking Creek?
Where?
Oh, you mean Licking Creek. But if I said that, if I talked like that to my friends, they'd think I was putting on the dog. Putting on the dog. You know what that means, putting on the dog? You know what, we'll cross that bridge when we come to don't look good, gift horse in the mouth. What are some of those things that we say? Can you think of any?
I think I've got just about everything covered that we were talking about before we left.
And I know I was brought up saying some of those things too, like, "Yes, they're gone with me, Tom." I had tried to get over that.
Really windy day today.
It is, especially up here on the mountain. It's people's way of trying to pluralize you. Like, if three of my friends were standing here and I would say, "You come up," they would think I only meant one of them, so they'd say, "Yuns." And down south they say, "Y'all." And that makes more sense to me. I don't even know what "Yuns" means. You ones, you. Down south they say "y'all," which means you all. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, that one actually makes sense.
Yuns. Well, yeah, I think we ought to take off and go back the way we came.
Yeah, I think it's time to end this one. You got any final words for this one?
Do you know how to get back out of here?
We have a GPS. We're good.
Good, okay.
My navigation skills are a little better than Kyle's.
But it is beautiful up here.
Yes.
Wherever we are, it's beautiful. It's part of Pennsylvania woods. Penn's Woods. You know what Pennsylvania means?
Yeah, you just said it.
Penn's Woods. And that was William Penn.
Right. Well, I think we're done this time, aren't we?
I think so.
So I guess we'll see the YouTube people next month, won't we?